This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea. Dear listeners, now we start the English language service of Voice of Korea on Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. We now present the Immortal Revolutionary Paean, Song of General Kim Il-sung. Now you will listen to Immortal Revolutionary Paean, Song of General Kim Jong Il. You're listening to VOK, Voice of Korea, News Now. The agricultural workers of the Ilha farm in the city of Seongsu are reaping a good harvest every year by dint of scientific farming to implement the Rural Revolution program of the new era. The farmer regarded it as its key issue for increased grain production to distribute good strains with strong resistance to salinity, drought, rainy wind, and diseases in keeping with the regional characteristics, and establish scientific cultivation methods while directing primary efforts to putting the agricultural production on a highly scientific footing. He revitalized the operation of the new base for production of slow-acting granular fertilizer, applied a lot of organic fertilizer and compost to fields to make the soil fertile, and dug drainage ditches in tens of kilometer-long sections, providing a guarantee for high and stable yield. It actively adopted farming methods whose superiority has been confirmed in reality and steadily increased the proportion of the farm work done by machines, concluding all the farming processes qualitatively in the right time. The farmers finished the harvest and threshing at a short span of time and took part in the meeting of the year-end account settlement and income distribution. Lee Hee-young, Chief Secretary of the North Pyongan Provincial Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, Kim Kwang-un, Chairman of the Rural Economy Committee of North Pyongan Province, and officials in the city of Seongsu congratulated the farmers. Modern factories are under construction in the field of light industry. The work to renovate the building of the Pyongyang leather shoes factory and furnish it with modern equipment is promoted as planned. The construction work of the main production building and others is accelerated in real earnest at the Pyongyang General Children's Toy Factory. Also in progress is the work to complete the technical assignment sheet, blueprint, and layout plan at the Pyongyang Metal Fixtures Factory. Efforts are directed to visual and practical education at the units of general education in the city of Pyongyang. The Sunyo Senior Middle School in Sunyo District, attached to Kim Kyung-sik University of Education, is applying various forms and methods to raise the effectiveness of education. The Sohong Primary School in Moranbong District, attached to the Pyongyang Teachers Training College, displayed modern educational visual aids in classrooms and corridors and encourages the pupils to make inventions with their own hands on the basis of what they learned and appraise them so that they can acquire information capable of practical application. The Ponghap Primary School in Pyeongchun District has planted different kinds of cereals, vegetables, flowers, and trees in the garden to help the pupils have a rich knowledge of nature. The Chungsin Senior Middle School in Sosong District and the Ryongfung Primary School in Daesung District visualize the contents of education according to the characteristics of subjects and widely use modern means of various forms. The matches of 8 teams for the Football Federation Cup came to a close, which started on October the 25th in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Competing in the matches for the excellent men's and women's teams that have achieved good successes at the DPRK Championships and Premier League matches in recent years, making an active contribution to the football development of the country. The Ryomyeong team came first in the men's matches and the April 25th team in the women's matches. Trophy cups and medals were awarded to the excellent teams and players at the victory ceremony held at Kim Il-sung Stadium in Pyongyang on the 7th. The headquarters of the movement for resignation of the Yoon Suk-yeol regime declared an all-people candlelight struggle for the resignation of puppet Yoon Suk-yeol. The organization held a press conference in Seoul on the 1st and said that while languishing in the misfortune and sufferings of war crisis, economic crisis, and destruction of their living for 2 years and a half, the people keenly experienced that they can never live in peace under the rule of Yoon Suk-yeol. He continued, of late, Yoon Suk-yeol has a sudden fall in the support rate every day. this is a due result of its tyranny against peace, democracy, and people's living. It is necessary to put Yoon Suk-yeol in the court of history within this year and make him pay for his crimes, the organization said, and expressed the will to wage a vigorous all-people template struggle for his resignation in the future. A reconnaissance drone of the Puppet Army of the Republic of Korea crashed in the Yangsu area of Gyeonggi Province on November the 2nd while committing an espionage act against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. It is reportedly said that a military drone crashed in the city of Gimpo, Gyeonggi Province on October the 30th too. VOK News in Pyongyang. We now present female duet and bangchang, Our Marshal. Records written by those living in special residential district. A record dumper lashed the northern part of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in late July this year, causing a lot of flood victims. The state took measures to make more than 13,000 people, including preschoolers, students, the elderly, sick persons, or not disabled ex-soldiers and nursing mothers stay in the capital city of Pyongyang before new dwelling houses were built in the flood-hit areas. The state offered a large hostel in which representatives could stay during large-scale conferences and a military parade training base for the participants in military parades as temporary lodgings for flood victims. They are reminiscent of a residential district for everyday life of the people rather than temporary lodgings. We are going to tell you about some records written by those living in the special residential district. Record of a woman worker at the Songan chicken farm who came to Pyongyang with a little son. I'm excited and pleased every day and every moment. The bedrooms have all conditions for living. We sit at liberal tables every day. Pyongyang citizens welcome us with pleasure. Children read and sing in the wonderful classrooms. Doctors cured me of chronic internal diseases I didn't know. High-quality cosmetics were supplied to women young and old. Everything seems to be in my dream, and so I pinch myself several times a day to see if it is real. Each time I feel pain, I think it is real. Record of a woman from a workers' district in Kujang County. Today, my son left the Ongyo Children's Hospital. He had suffered from a congenital disease, but now he has recovered from it. Seeing him run in the premises of the hospital, I was blurred with tears to hardly leave it. As a matter of fact, I got to know too late that doctors and nurses of the hospital set up at my son's bedside day and night to take care of him with the love of his parents when he was in hospital. Because I was also in the Pyongyang Maternity Hospital in those days to cure a chronic internal disease I didn't know. Like this, my son and I received treatment in the Ongyo Children's Hospital and the Pyongyang Maternity Hospital at the same time. This proves quite enough the love and affection shown to us. Record of a primary school pupil of the Daso Senior Middle School in Kingdong-suk County. I enjoyed myself in Pyongyang visiting different places, and I take delicious foods, milk, and snacks every day. I also go to school wearing a new school uniform and shouldering a new satchel full of good school things. I have grown 2 centimeters taller in a month. Record of an honored disabled ex-soldier from Kingdong-suk County. It was said from olden times that men should not forget or return favors. In order to repay the benefits, I will do more good things for the country, though I'm not well. Record of a man from Songan County. When I lost my house due to a sudden disaster, I didn't know what would happen in the future. My house was simple, but it was my dear home where I had long lived. Today, however, I'd like to say loudly that I have the house best in the world. I want to shout that our father is the respected Marshal Kim Jong Il, and our house is the embrace of the Workers' Party of Korea.
That was an account under the title Records Written by Those Living in Special Residential District. This is Voice of Korea. This time you will appreciate the song Cheers of the People. At the mere mention of his name, joy ripples in our hearts. The people feel pride of living under the greatest man. We envy nothing as Marshal Kim Jong Il leads us. We fear nobody as we follow Marshal Kim Jong Il. we will lead a dignified life in glory and happiness.
Now you will appreciate electric violin solo. Thank you.
Now here's female solo, Pangchang and chorus, We Love Party Flag. Now here's orchestral music, The Road of Victory.
orchestral music and male chorus. We will go on and on along the road of loyalty.
Now here is the Korean folk song, Sweet Briar. Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Europe between 15 and 16 hours UTC, between 18 and 19 hours UTC, between 21 and 22 hours UTC, and between 13 and 14 hours UTC on 7,570 kHz and 12,015 kHz. For North America, between 15 and 16 hours UTC and between 13 and 14 hours UTC on 9,435 kHz and 11,710 kHz. And for Northeast Asia, between 4 and 5 hours UTC and between 6 and 7 hours UTC on 7,220 kHz 9,445 kHz and 9,730 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.